Hello everybody, welcome back, I'm Mr. Rose. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 1 2020 My Team Career. This time for the Belgian Grand Prix, so let's get right into it. Okay, so here we are for my first flying lap over here of the Belgian Grand Prix, Spa-Francorchamps. I probably said that wrong once again, but yeah, we're at Spa with the long straight over here. Quite a cool track, to be honest, one of my favourites. Yeah, definitely in the top 3 maybe, definitely in the top 5. So, with our car, how is it going to handle? I'm not too sure, but I am sure because I've already played this. I've already like finished the race and stuff, but well, there's like a problem with our car. Like I can't just put on like max downforce, like 4 or something, to go fast in the straights, because then with our like aero package we're just not going to be able to turn in the corners. But then if we kind of set the car up for the corners, we're just going to lose a lot of time on the straights, and that's where you kind of want to overtake on this track. This corner over here, it's gonna really catch me off guard quite a couple of times, because well, it kind of falls away and I can't really turn in there because of this this kind of setup that I'm running, which is a 5-6 front wing and rear wing. So I'm actually going to change that later on to a 5-5 for the last lap of the qualifying, and then for the race just to kind of make it a bit more bearable in like the corners, because then I'll actually be able to turn, and that's kind of important sometimes, you know, just from time to time. So let's see, we'll go down again over here. You need like top speed, loads of top speed, because at the end someone could overtake you over here, so that's why I didn't really want to kind of set the car up for corners more. I actually kind of sacrificed some like corner speed to kind of get front like top speed, because you need that on this track to kind of stay ahead. So across the line over here, actually don't open my DRS, I'm pretty sure. Or did I open it? I'm not too sure, but I go across the line into a P4 for now. I actually forgot to record all of the kind of like the screens in the garage to actually tell me where I am when I'm in the garage, but oh well. When I come out for my second lap, I'm actually down in P17, so I kind of thought that we are going to be quite far down. Just kind of what we can do in the race, which is important, like going down that first corner, just dive bombing down the inside, trying to overtake as many people as possible, because that's where I normally get, well, I'm pretty sure always I got my overtakes on like the top teams like McLaren, Renault and stuff, because yeah, I can overtake like the Williams, like the Alpha, like kind of anywhere, even without DRS, because I am like a bit faster than them. But like McLaren and stuff, I'm like a bit slower than them, and I just need to overtake them over there, because if I don't, then it's going to run off and I'm never going to see him again. So already 2/10 up over here. I take this corner actually quite a lot better over here. As you can see over there, into like the entrance, it went quite a bit better, but then with the exit I kind of lost like the 2/10 that I gained over there, which is kind of bad. So let's actually see. I am doing quite well right now, 3/10 up. You always want that, but I would actually check like the timings, like before going out for my second lap. I was like, it was like a second to like the 10th car or something. Maybe, yeah, something like that. I'm not really, maybe a 10th, maybe it was like 6th, 10th, not a 10th, second. No, in between like 6th, 10th and a second to like a car in 10th place right now, which is quite a lot to gain on one lap. As we can see, we're just barely 1/10 up, and I'm actually going to mess it up into the last corner over here, and I'm just going to ruin the whole lap, and I'm actually going to lose time, so this lap basically just doesn't count, and I'm in P18, so we only have time for one more lap. So I'm hoping that this is going to go well, because if not, then I'm going to finish in P18, or maybe even lower, because other people will like still have another lap to go. So as you can see over here, 2 minutes left. So I'm actually going to be able to do another lap after this, but then the tyres are just going to be kind of like not good and it's kind of useless. So past the first corner, this is where I'm using the 5.5 setup. So as you can see in the corner I gained 5/100ths of a second, which isn't a lot, but if you add it up around all of these corners, I'm not really sure how much they are. There is quite a lot, around 20ish, I'm not sure. Yeah, if you add all of that up, like 5/100ths on each one, that's going to be quite a lot. So yeah, there's actually 20 corners over here, so yeah, that is quite a lot. So we'll go down over here. Let's see how well we do this time on this corner over here. Entrance, kind of the same as last time, but the exit, look at that, 2/10 up straight away. I'm pretty sure mostly because of the 5.5 setup that I'm running right now, but it just helps me around the corners even more. Yeah, like a lot. So we're going down here over here. We actually did lose quite a lot of time over there because it's quite a high speed corner, and now we're not running that kind of setup anymore, so we kind of need to watch out. I'm going max out over here, over all of these curbs, just to kind of make the most time out possible. We actually lost time in the first sector, but in the second one we're up by nearly 2/10, which is nice. We're going to lose some more time over here because of the setup once again. I actually do kind of gain time through that corner, but I kind of lose it for most of it. Now into the last two corners over here, this is where I'm going to make most of my time. Look at that, 4/10 up nearly, because that's where I lost most of it last time. So across the line, up into a P15, which is, well, not good, but not bad, I guess.
With qualifying finished, it's time
so here it is, the qualifying without a P15, as I'm going to show in a second. So quite far down, not as well as we did. We're actually in P17 after a couple other people out qualifying me. So, well, right, let's just see how well we can do in this race.
Welcome along then to the Belgian Grand Prix, the race that gave us the maiden victory for the Jordan team in 1998. And in the same team, the phenomenal debut of a young Michael Schumacher. There's always something special around one of the many corners of this fan favourite circuit. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high quality racing as well. Simply put it, there really is no place quite like Spa. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Let me ask you about the new Racing Point driver. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, and Raikkonen, Sainz, Verstappen, Ocon, and Lando Norris, Stroll, Perez, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Kvyat, Gasly, King, Red, and Roman Grosjean, Magnussen, Aitken, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
So there you go, I'm going to go for the first setup over here, put a bit more fuel in the car, as I always do, and get ready for the race. So of course the formation lap over here, just warm up the tyres as best as I can to get the best start possible. So yeah, over there, it does take quite some time when you started back this far to kind of get going. And actually our old teammate King from the first part of the season is actually ahead of us, which is kind of a shame, because, well, I out-qualified him at like every single race that he was at, but the Alpha is a bit better than us at qualifying in this kind of season. I'm actually, after this race, I'm up about, well, like, I've got about 6 million, I'm pretty sure it's in dollars, so $6 million. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to afford Hamilton, because that's 19 million he costs, like, for the contract. which is just a bit too much, but maybe I could get like a decent like midfielder for like around 10 million maybe. I'm pretty sure Bottas is around 12 million, so maybe we could aim for that, maybe a bit lower for like Leclerc or someone like that, maybe Verstappen. But for now, let's just get ready for the start over here. Rich mix on. And there you go, lights out, and away we go. Overtake mode straight on. And we're going to see if we can sneak up the inside over here and overtake as many cars as possible, so we brake as late as possible. We actually have some contact over there, nearly spin out, but up to P7 straight away after the first corner. So from, pretty sure it was P17 or even P18. I'm pretty sure it was it was P17 up to P7 in one corner, which is just amazing. So actually going to be able to probably keep this up. And as you can see over there on the minimap, I'm pretty sure that was Lando Norris having some kind of trouble over there. Actually, there was some yellow flags. I'm not really sure if he crashed out or something. He might need to go pit for a new set of, well, a new front wing or something like that. I'm not too sure how much damage he sustained over there. And over here, the first time I actually take this corner quite well over there, which is quite nice. And now I kind of want to catch up to Ricardo, but the Renault is like quite a lot faster than this car. So I'm just hoping to kind of stay ahead of Carlos Sainz over here in P8 behind me, but then again he is like catching me up really fast even on this first lap, so I might get overtaken by him. I'm kind of at this point when I was playing, I was aiming for like the top 10. Like Stroll's over there too, he's in a fast car. Behind Stroll's actually Max Verstappen, I'm pretty sure, who's kind of out of position. I'm not really sure what happened to him. I'm pretty sure that's Max Verstappen. I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe he had a problem, maybe a penalty. I'm not really sure. I didn't really check. But yeah, I was kind of aiming for the top 10, probably around like 8, 9, 10th place, because that's like most likely where we are going to end up. So across the start finish line over here. So on to lap 5 over here. We actually get quite a good decent exit over there, and as you can see over here, loads of people pitted, so nothing really happens for those like 4 laps. I just kind of stayed ahead of Carlos over there. We had the pretty decent first lap, and already up to P5 because of people pitting, but I still need to pit, so that's still going to kind of affect our like place where we come out. So on to lap 6 over here. You really need to really watch out to kind of don't break like your front wing or like even your wheel over there on the entrance to the pit stops over here. We're up to P3 for a second, but down to P5 now, and we're going to lose quite a lot of places over here because people are going to pit after us.
Exit now.
So it's going to look like we're going to come out in P14, maybe just behind Carlos Sainz, so that means that's going to get us like a virtual P8 for now, which is kind of a shame. Maybe if I would have pit on the same lap as him, then we would have come out ahead of him, but I'm pretty sure he would have just kind of overtook me anyway, so for now I'm just kind of hoping for a P8 because that's what I know that I could finish in. As you can see, I kind of want to dive down the inside of Sainz over there. He's just too far away. Even when I had overtake mode on and the DRS on, that wasn't enough to catch up to him. On to lap 7 over here. As you can see, a lot of people are going to be boxing in over here, and that leaves Verstappen right behind me with a new set of like tyres too. As you can see, he needs to overtake all of the people over there. There he is, 2.3 seconds away from me with just a couple laps left, and he is on mediums too, but he of course has a lot better car over there. And actually on lap 8 over here, Jordan King actually retires. I'm not really sure if he crashed somewhere. I didn't see him on the like circuit anywhere, so virtual safety car comes out for about 3/4 of a lap. Finishes over here. We of course want to stay positive over there, not to get a penalty. And there you go, return to racing speed, green flags out, so we can kind of race, maybe catch up to Carlos Sainz, but he's already like a second in front of me, and I'm not really sure if we're going to be able to actually catch up to him because he is in like a lot better car. So 2 laps left. we can either try and catch up to Carlos, but most likely we're going to have to defend really heavily from Verstappen over here, who in the space of one lap caught up 1 second to me. So we're in the exact same spot as we were last lap, but now Verstappen is 4/10 behind me. So I kind of go on the outside, outside of the corner to get like the racing line, because I thought like he's not going to be able to dive bomb me because he is quite far back, so I'm going to be safe to take the racing line. But further along on lap 10, he actually gets a decent run out of that last corner. I'm not really sure, it's like corner like 13 or something, but nonetheless he actually nearly overtakes me. I'm pretty sure he was up in P8 for a bit, but on to lap 11 over here, the final lap. Verstappen 1/10 behind me. I'm just pushing overtake mode on for as long as I can, and over there we actually make contact over there, but I do keep the P8. And now over here, the only other chance you kind of get to overtake me is the last sector over here, this final straight over here. But he actually had some kind of issue over there. I'm not really sure if that kind of like contact with me broke his front wing, but Perez overtook him, and he was actually being quite close to being kind of overtaken by Ocon over there. As you can see, he did actually make a move on him, but there you go. I'm happy weaving all over the place for a P8 from P17, a really decent result.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So as you can see over here, another win for Mercedes. I'm pretty sure they're the only team to actually win this season for like in my kind of my team career season. So us in P8 and Jack Aitken in P9, who actually get driver of the day, which is really nice for our 9 overtakes over there. Let's check the standings. We're actually getting quite close to Albon, so I'm pretty sure we can actually even overtake him, even though he's in a Red Bull, which is kind of cool. Got the constructor standings over here. We actually can aim for Racing Point. They're 19 points ahead of me, so I think we can do it. But for now, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.